Hey, afternoon. Alrighty, let me get the music turned down so it doesn't blow your eardrums out. Even though good music is good, we like good. Like good. All right, let's turn down the tunes. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to get going today. Lots to discuss, and obviously, I want to try to help everybody be as prepared as possible for this month. So we're going to go over the calendar. We're going to go over Symbiosis Part 1. All the things. All the things. We're going to go over all the things. At least try to go over as much as possible. I want to try to go over Symbiosis Part 1, explaining how Fleet Commander Lorca works. Because there does seem to be, I noticed on the VIP server, confusion on how seating works and what the timers are, and Lorca being slightly different than before. I want to cover that, and obviously answer questions, all the different things that I can. Before anybody asks, no, I don't have Lorca because I'm not purchasing Lorca, but I do understand how Lorca works, and that way, if you do decide to go purchase Lorca, well, you can, take advantage of his very uniqueness, because he's very, very unique. So, Monkey, good to see you. Love you too. Car, Godfather Treble, Sugar Fat Man, Flashman, Kishi, Steve, Bruce, etc. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day, and we'll again try to get as many topics covered as possible. I do want to start. My phone is blowing up already. Oh my gosh! All right, what is this one? Where does one find Lorca skill points? Oh, good lord! People can't take 10 seconds to look at something themselves, but it's okay. That's what I'm here for, to hopefully help people find things, and that's again, it's a-okay. So. Always better when I'm around. Well, that's very sweet of you. And greetings to Belgium and from Belgium. I'm not there, but I want to be. So first, what I want to do is put this out because I know a lot of people will jump onto this video and not everybody has the time to watch an entire video. And I get that, not judging you, but what I'm going to put on the screen is this calendar. And this is obviously the calendar that our friend Viper puts together. Viper's an amazing part of my community, one of the volunteers that we have, and I always try to give credit to people who are willing to go this far, because if I would have done this for y'all, it'd been a basic Google sheet with just stuff everywhere. So, meh. That would have been it. So thankfully we have people who are willing to do this. Now I know you're saying, hey Rev, I can't read that. Well, don't worry, we can zoom in. And for anybody that's about to ask the question, yes, this is in my Discord. Yes, it is. It's in the STFC announcements channel. You can download it, and that way you have the full zoomable version. So if you just want to focus on the word rebel, it's legible. See what I did there? We're having fun. All right, so let's see what we got. The big ones I wanted to kind of really focus on. Obviously, we got Lorca's Trial 2 today, but I know that's been a problem for some people. Yes, that's been reported. No, I don't have a, hey, when's that getting fixed? I don't know. But it has been made known, so that is actually going to discuss. I need to boot up my Discord again, because I had it turned down because it was, going loud and crazy. So I had to turn it off so that it would stop giving notifications during stream, but now it should be fixed. And I'm waiting on a response to where our command button, not necessarily where it's gone, but when it's coming back, but that also getting looked at. But I did want to make sure everybody's noting this right here, Forbidden Tech upgrade starting Thursday. This is a big one, in my opinion. Forbidden Tech upgrade starting Thursday. Already screenshotted and zoomed in. There you go. Steve. But this one, I think a lot of players are something that they actually do save for. Now, there are a lot of events I don't recommend people saving for because we don't have any consistency of when they come around. We have had basically every month for a while now, Forbidden Tech. Don't know when that'll end, but for now, it's been good. There's another one coming this month. Coming towards the weekend, we do have the Recruit the New Epic event, which I think everybody is pretty used to. So you've got your normal stuff there, your normal ticket events. There is a Star Trek Day SMS for everybody, and then going to Monday, you have an artifact hunt. I wanted to note this because you actually have that multiple times this month. If you came down into next week, you can see Monday and Tuesday have the artifact hunt. And then if you go to week 3, you're going to find another Forbidden Tech right here. This is going to be September 17th on that Tuesday. Another Forbidden Tech event. So you have 2 Forbidden Tech events this month. So you have one starting tomorrow. But if you, maybe you believe all the free-to-play are going to dump all theirs on the first one, maybe you can wait to the second one if you care about the SLB. And there you have all of the events so far. Now, if this has any major changes, of course, we will update it. And by me, I mean Viper, the amazing Viper who puts this together. We'll update this to give you everything that you need. The big ones I wanted people to focus on, besides normal battle pass events, I wanted people to really focus in on the forbidden tech and artifacts, because those are things that we know that free-to-play can participate in, that free-to-play can hoard and try to use. So that's my hope, is to give everybody the opportunity to try to go after those without spending. And if you want to spend, obviously you can win. You can win. So, yay. But you'll also find a lot more on here for those looking for Lorca 2 today. Lorca 3 starts next Monday, and then Lorca 4 starts next Tuesday. So again, all of this is there. Now, Angel K says the commander button is next to the home button. It's still there. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. I wish. No commander button. Wish. I actually like my commander button up there. Now, you do have this down here, which I guess kind of same thing, but I don't like that. I want my commander button up here. Sorry, I'm a weirdo. I want my commander button where my commander button was. So that doesn't count, but that's just me. I'm hoping that's not a permanent change. I believe it's a permanent UI change, but I have a lot of people who messaged me about it. So we'll see if that ends up remaining, but that's not one I like. And the UI to me is getting so cluttered, but it is what it is. I've had a lot of people ask about that. Do any of the OG fleet commanders have active abilities? No, because if they did, that would negate the point of the new fleet commander, which is to make you spend money. None of the, I mean, okay, here's what's confusing, because they're really bad at wording things. So the first slot has the fleet commander active ability, but that's very confusing wording, because every fleet commander who's in a chair has active abilities. So this is confusing. But what is unique about Lorca is he has a, again, I hate that it's called an active ability, but he essentially has like a built-in exocomp or an activatable ability that if you have Lorca, he's the only one with, can give you a massive boost in this chair. It is an ability you can activate. Again, I hate this design. At the very core, I hate this design. I do like adding things to fleet commanders, but basically they did it by negating everything. When I really hate when they do this. This is horrible design, all meant to just make you spend money. But all these abilities are active when you're in a chair, right? And some of them are selectable active, like these right here. But Lorca has a unique one, as I talked about in the video. We'll probably do a Lorca video at some point. That he has this one down here, which is an actual ability to be activated that has a very long cooldown and lasts for a very short time. But because it has such a massive bonus, can max out at 20,000, it is literally very, very short-lived. Generally under a minute. I mean, I've got one player, his is 37 seconds and a 15-hour cooldown. So obviously depends on where you're at, all the other different things that factor into that. But yeah, as a design, I hate that so much. But here we are. Here we are. I do like other things. Active abilities, there's active skills. Yeah, again, Xeron, in my opinion, as a pleb who is not a game designer, you should not have two things that are basically identically worded. You should find a different term for them so that it doesn't present confusion. Just like there's confusion in the VIP with how chairs work. So like this right here, if I unseat and then put Spock right back, that simply puts a timer of, well, actually, yeah, I don't think it'll do it if I have him because he was already there. But there'll be a timer where you cannot switch that seat. But all the abilities are active when you do that. So like if I put anybody there, all those abilities that are part of his skill tree that I've researched are working. But that's not how the new ability here works, which you have to manually activate when you want to use it, which is kind of something you do once a day. So don't have Lorca yet, but teammates do say he's really good. Yeah, is exactly what I told people he would be. He is the best fleet commander in the game. And the way that this game does new fleet commanders is when they release new content, officers, in this case, the fleet commander, they negate the previous meta. They create a brand new meta to buy. So yeah, that's how it works. And I don't like that, but that's how it goes. But that's also why I'm not going to buy it. So people understand the 6-hour swap, 30-minute swap time reduction, and how it affects gameplay. Yeah, it's the chairs work just by who's there. But I just noticed confusion on that, and it is what it is. Scope mentioned anything about field training? They did this morning, and we can read that. Let's see. Here we go. Announcements. Which, by the way, one announcement just dropped to give you info on the not working trial 2. So this one we'll cover right now from Hammy. We've been hearing from players that are not seeing Lorca Trial 2. Like I said, we pushed that up, and we've rolled out a fix that will allow players to see the event. If you're not seeing the event, restart your game. There you go. Clear localization. Here's the update for field training version for yesterday's release is now back on all servers. We're still working on bringing back the updated version from yesterday, so stay tuned. So field training is getting fixed. Your regular field training has been rolled back, so that should be working normally. So there are your updates. And again, I think that's the correct move. Bring back the regular field training so people can go back to working on it if they were. And then if you're going to release something new, release something new. There you have it. So devices turn it off, turn it back on. Well, turn it back on after they've released an update. I'm not going to say hater things for the sake of saying hater things. They fixed it, but as is a lot of times, you're going to need to reboot when you have anything done to event structure. So he says, I claimed a few FTs before getting bugged out. More power to you. More power to you. If you managed to take advantage of some goodies, awesome. Tip my hat to you. I did not. So can't see the new building on my Android phone. Have you done the update, Brigadier Jones? Number one problem I find with people who can't see the new stuff is they have not updated it. Maybe they expected their phone to do it manually, but if you haven't updated, you will not see the new building. But it is there, so just make sure you've done the most recent update to the game on your device, and you should see the building. If you don't, well, that means it's time to put in a ticket. Time to put in a ticket. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade the building just because why not? I don't honestly care that much about events for the building, but might as well go ahead. There is an SLB going on right now if you do choose to upgrade this thing. And then there are researches, which I actually had one of our longtime viewers asking about research. So for this research tree, I strongly encourage everybody to focus on hull breach and isolytic, and then branch out from there. So for those of you who have not taken a gander, or maybe some of you who can't see it, because there are lower level players, there's a new research tree with 9 nodes. First one I'm starting with is going to be hull breach, which is at the very bottom, and the bottom left one right here, which is going to be isolytic when your opponent has hull breach. So this is simply boosting the existing, features that we have had before. Morale, burning, hull breach, making them even better. That's what they are. And Orwin says Lorca 2 just showed up. Happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. All right. Do we know when the update go live for past FCs? I have no idea, Mary. Again, maybe I misspoke on that, but I was told that they were going to be adjusting pricing either with the direct reduction on the FCs themselves or simply improving how we got the materials through the refinery. But we'll double check on that. All right. As an Ops 35, there is a reason not to go to 36. I mean, only if you are not ready. And what I mean by that is, if you're a rush level 35, I'm going to tell you to slow down, right? Like if you're 35 and you're, 8 million power, I'm probably going to be like, hey, let's slow down a little bit. Let's find out ways we can make you better. Because I don't believe in just leveling up and then being underpowered at your level. That's just my play style. So it just depends on where you're at. Can't really say that without, knowing your account. But generally speaking, if you've completed your goals at 34, 35, which is obviously getting your faction ship, improving and obtaining the special ships that are available, which is a tier 1 Defiant, tier 1 Talios, and yeah, go ahead and start moving up. Go ahead and start moving up. Yes, 2Q, there's just one battle pass this month. Like I said in yesterday's video, 2Q needs to watch the videos. Good to see you. Viper, thank you so much for supporting the channel and gifting out 5 memberships. That is very kind of you as we try to get everybody through the craziness that is this. And Viper, we were actually just talking about you. You are the man, the myth, the legend that set up, designed, and did the very beautiful Elcars themed event calendar. And a reminder for those just coming in, this is in the Discord, in the STFC announcements channel, if y'all are looking for it / wanting to use it. So there you go. There you go. Very, very nice, very handy. And he'll update it if it needs updating, if they decide to add random things. And they actually had the Syndicate event listed, which is real nice. For those who are always asking, hey, when's the Syndicate event? Wednesday, September 18th and Thursday, September 19th, Syndicate Advancement, Heroic SMS. Now, is that going to be completable for everybody? Well, that's adorable to think that, But if you save up every little scrap that you have and maybe have some multi-phasics laying around, there you go. These are the amazing tools that we have from an amazing community. So, watched the video about BP, was hoping you were wrong. Yeah, well, I do realize that it was a split decision. And what I mean by that is there were definitely people who liked the idea of 2 battle passes. I'll real quickly give you the numbers based on what our community said. And I say our because you're part of it. But here's what our community said about last month when specifically asked about the 2 battle pass method, whether they liked it or not. I'll give you just the percentages. And let me scroll so I can find it. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Did you like the double battle pass design? And 31% said F as in no. They thought that there should only be 1 battle pass for the standard battle pass per month. 18% of players said A. Yes, they thought it was good for spinners and free to play. And then there was a mix of people between D, C, and B. More people viewed it positively than negatively. But if we're just going by like hate it and loved it with A to F, it was received more negatively. Generally speaking, people were either indifferent or more positive as a whole. But with, I think we had like 1,800 people in the 2 days we did this time. Obviously, it was not a clear cut thing. It's one of those things that Scopely is going to do it. They're going to evaluate the data, see if it was a good decision, and discuss doing it again. And that's just kind of the simple skinny of it. I personally had no issue with it because it's just 2 free-to-play paths. I only have an issue with it if it would affect or limit how much we got, say, in events. If they, we know Scopely likes to have a structure of, okay, well, we want players to earn, I'm just going to throw out a number. Let's just say 20,000 4-star uncommon crystal. Well, they disperse that between events, battle passes, etc. So if they're doing it through 2 battle passes, that means less event payouts. I would rather have event payouts. We'll see how that actually rolls. But it was definitely not a concrete yes from everybody, but absolutely was not a concrete no. Very curious to see if that returns in the future and what people think about it. Obviously, there was frustration over being another thing to buy. Personally, when it comes to things to buy, I don't mind things like battle passes. I mind more things like Lorca, who come in and you spend money to 1, upgrade him, and 2, obtain him, to then basically have the strongest FC in the game in both standard abilities and the new activatable, skill, if you will. But I don't expect everybody to agree with me either. I am not the end-all be-all. Let me put it that way. Rev's not the end-all be-all of everything. So, is the Enterprise B and Excelsior ever going to come to the game? I'm sure at some point, Rob. I have no idea when, but I'm sure at some point it will. I just don't have an answer as to when for you. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let me go ahead and do this real quick and get through all my refineries. This is the part of the show where we go through lots and lots of clicks, because this show is a lot of clicks. All right, make sure we're getting all of our topics in, because I wanted to. We've talked about Lorca, we've talked about field training, we talked about Symbiosis schedule and Commander Mode. I've actually hit all my major topics in the first 20 minutes. So dang, nobody needs to follow the channel anymore. Go away. I'm kidding, y'all. Stay. Let's answer more questions. The only source of Epic Fleet Commander credits, the Epic Chest and the Borg Solar Armada Refinery. No, that's not the only way graduate him. But to get it through the standard Refinery Command Center, you need to be 51 plus. So there are other ways to go after it. I'm pretty sure it was Command Center 51 plus, where you can go after the. Did I just pull a. Sorry. What? Huh? What was that? What was that? Maybe it is the Borg chest the only way, but why did that happen? Okay, that was weird. I guess that was just Scopely lag kicking in. But that really caused my squirrel brain to shut down and get confused. So, my squirrel brain was not prepared for that. All right, anyway, back to the focus. ADD is the son of a gun. All right, let me go ahead and finish clicking these and get back to questions. Chip says, just for the record, the Lorca 2 event is about impossible. Way too much ground for basically nothing. Sorry for complaining. Then don't do it. That seems like a simple fix. Don't do it. I haven't even looked at it because it didn't show up for me. But don't do it. It's not a big deal. Just don't do it. All right, let me go ahead and click this. Then it should, yeah, they all show up together, which is fine. and we'll hit this. Now, I'm going to reboot my client real quick. Make sure it shows up, and then we can take a look at it since now we're discussing it. This is the server 710 account. Everybody say, hey, server 710. But I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down as well and just get server 20 back up and going. There we go. Because I can play multiple at one time, but I can't stream multiple at one time. So that's only a rev problem. All right. So Looney says took them 89 level 52 Borg probes at Ops 53. Well, me being Ops 53 would assume it's the exact same. Okay, let's back out. And I'll be honest, this is how I approach events. If I go into Fleet Commander Lorca an event, you can see I did not do yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry, I did do yesterday's trial 1. But if I go in here today and it's 89, I'm not doing it. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't bother me at all. All for some Galactic Recruit tokens, very meh. And I'm a firm believer in this. Do what you want to do. Don't do everything Scopely presents to you. Let's do 13.3. Let's make this billions. It's a lot. And then hostile Borg probes. I would do probably 54s, but let's just for math's sake do 52s. Just for math, 52332080 equals 87 hostiles. Now I could go up to the 54s, which would knock that in half, but that's still too much. I'm not doing that. I'm not personally doing that. And that would be my personal choice, obviously. But that's, again, is the meta worth this? I don't think this is a good paying out event structure. So I would just tend to ignore that. But yeah, that's too many for me. Now, I would do a 54 maybe, but I don't know if everybody else can do the 54s. That would cut it in half. I'd actually do more than cut it in half. But yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't think that's worth the grind for me to go to a special token space grind, even if it was 50 hostiles or even 40 hostiles, all for a few galactic shards and eventually getting 5 rare shards. That's not worth my time. So people ask a lot of times, hey Rev, how come you're not like angry at the game all the time? This is one of the reasons. Like Scopely's FOMO no longer works. One of the things that I'm actually designing is a new t-shirt I'm gonna be wearing all the time that says ignore FOMO, have fun. And when stuff like that pops up, I just go, oh, no big deal. Ignore. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Because I would rather not spend the amount of time it takes to do that. There are plenty of other things for me to do and enjoy. The main things I do every day, dailies, battle pass events, and then I'll build off of those. And that's how I maintain my pleasant demeanor, my youthful glow, and my wonderful ginger beard without it turning white. So now if you happen to have that event and it is not very difficult for you, like maybe you only have to kill 15 Borg probes, then honestly, I would go ahead and do it. That's a pretty easy thing to go ahead and manage. But it's up to you. Kishi says, while I agree, I had to grind out probes anyway, so 2 birds, 1 grind. And see, that makes sense. And for me, just the stage of player that I've reached, I no longer have to do Borg probes because I get all the Borg probe stuff I need from, everybody in chat can probably guess, the Xborg Refinery. So I just do that. I never grind those anymore. But if you are a player who's still grinding Borg probes, then you get a nice 2-in-1 situation. The main thing I really wanted to get across is you don't have to do everything the game presents. You don't. Just ignore. And I've said this before, but maybe I need to reiterate this to remind you, Scopely tracks participation by participation. So if you participate, lo and behold, they think that you like it because you participated. So it's one of those that if people just don't do those events, ignore them, they're forced to go, okay, well, what do we do here? What's wrong? Why are people not doing these events? You know, it's one of the issues, I hate to really kind of word as an issue, but issues that we have with, you know, the whole spending thing. Like there could be plenty of things that people, even spenders, dislike, but because they continually do it, Scopely continues to release it. You know, until, you know, participation changes, what you have presented before you probably won't change. So if you don't believe those events are good, then ignore them, and your indifference is contributing to feedback, whether you realize it or not. So Jeffrey says, or simply put, no mo FOMO. Rhyming schemes are fun and everything, but I like ignore FOMO, have fun better. You know, I like that better. But There's nothing wrong with no mo FOMO. It's also completely legitimate. You could actually just do it NO, MO, FO, MO, and just have it like block on top of each other. But let me go ahead and go into my Xborg and pull my, what token was it I was just looking at? Oh, Fisha. I need to get my Latinum. That's what I was looking at. Go and grab some Latinum. Because no, I do not mine my Latinum, but I do my Latinum turn in every single day for more Latinum. All right. Thanks for everything. I'd like you to teach me, okay, for solo modders, does it matter how I distribute loot officers across my ships? It does matter. So loot is distributed by ship power. I did a video about this quite some time ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick so that you can, check it out and, peruse it, because it goes through the math of how things work. I'm just going to explain how things work. But give me 1 second. All right, Armada loot distribution. Wow, it's been over a year. I can't believe some of these videos come out that long ago. I've really been doing this a very long time. All right, so this is the video. Armada loot, understanding the payouts. This applies to any Armada mechanic, whether it be solo, group, etc. It pays out. Let me go ahead and mute. You can check out the loot distribution as we discussed it. Look at that ginger bearded man right there. And then we go over, I don't know why I'm going over scrapping. I don't remember, to be honest with you. But here we go. Loot calculator. So it's based by ship power. So let's say you're doing a solo Armada and you're me and you've got a Vorcha, a Pylum, and a Coronar. The Vorcha, having the biggest power, needs the loot crew because the power is going to influence how much loot is obtained, as you can see on that chart, and the loot crew will then increase that number. So if you're running a loot crew, you typically want the loot crew on the best ship, whether that's 5-6 Con or some other amalgamation of crews that you have put together. The full video, again, is on my YouTube channel. It's called Armada Loot Distribution. It's from over a year ago, but the information is still accurate. And I also really want to put up those panels again. I love those wall panels. Let me put those back up. So if you are curious, there's that video. I can share it in my Discord if you want to reach out to me. But that is the basics of how it works out. So if you are curious, now you know. I'm always happy to inform and try to at least make a video that explains if I haven't explained so far. All right. Let's see what else we got out there. Brendan, yeah, I'm familiar with Fubar and Snafu, but with me not being in the military, is it even appropriate for me to, take those? Probably not. Let's go continue the clicks as we answer more questions. If you have them, drop them. Also, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And like the video, because those things help out the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. I go through all my clicks and try to, get all the things. So here's our uncommon and rare FC credits. I don't have the epic Borg chest to pull. I'll have that tomorrow. And here's my uncommon, but I do have a surplus saved up. The loot crew will be neutering the power of your best ship. Not necessarily, Joe. Depends on what you're running, right? Not necessarily. For example, not that I'm trying to tell people to go after the new crews, but take the new crews. They're a better version of 5-6, and you can have that third slot paired with a lot of different things. Not necessarily. I mean, my Vorcha punch is really, really strong. Would it be better with Cisco? Sure. Sure be better with Cisco. But I could still do, say, Cisco, Miles O'Brien, 5 of 11. Like if I just wanted to have the loot aspect there, with as well as other officers that work for loot, both in above and below deck fashions, we can find ways to add that without really sacrificing damage output. It just depends on how much you want to go after it. Now, because I have the method that I preach so heavily, which is I play a little bit slower, but I play more horizontal, I can punch up significantly. Like y'all have seen me, I'm already taking on the Dreadnoughts, even though those are 60 Dominion Armadas. I can take on the Dreadnoughts and I'm fine. So I don't really need to worry about spreading around loot crews to be as efficient as possible. But some of you might. And that is an opportunity for you to then sit down and go, okay, I want more loot, but I still want to do damage. Now you're looking at, for players who now have in the Ultra Chest, going Cisco and getting, those multiple, shots with Miles, but also getting all the power that Cisco provides, and maybe even Chakotay, whatever it is you want to do, you can mix and match. But the key is, biggest ship needs the loot crew. And you can run multiple loot crews. A big ship, loot crew. That's the basic logic. All right. How do I upgrade my Xborg store area? What do you mean, Timothy? Upgrade. Are you saying that you're not seeing certain offers? And the short answer will be rep. What is your reputation in the Xborg faction? as your reputation goes up, you have more access to more things. Why aren't you choosing Hull Breach over Morale for new research? Well, that's simple, Felix. Hull Breach is the main one that everybody uses. PvP, PvE, Armadas, everybody's using Hull Breach because it is the biggest damage modifier in the game. Well, technically ISO is probably the biggest one now, but it's definitely the most common and the most universal in almost any situation. So Hull Breach is the most valuable of the 3 standards, right? Morale gives you essentially no bonus in the background. It does technically give you a bonus, and that bonus is, I think it's like a 10% increase to your primary piercing stat, which is, in layman's Star Trek Fleet Commander terms, completely worthless. Now, if you got ISO from having morale, sure, that provides more value. And there are artifacts that take advantage if you have morale on an Explorer. But generally speaking, Hull Breach is the best of the 3 original status effects. And making that one better would be my priority. Doesn't mean I'm not going to make the others better, but if I'm picking one, I'm making Hull Breach better first. Making Hull Breach better first. So, doesn't make it a bad choice. You know, for example, if I was still sitting at level 50 focusing on my Tribune, the burning one makes a little bit more sense for that particular time. It depends on where you're at. You know, there's nothing wrong with either of the choices. Simply know how they'll affect you and how they'll improve your gameplay. If I was sitting at 50, not 53, the burning would have a little bit more value for me at that particular moment. But long term, you want to go after all of them. Like, none of them should be ignored. But I would say Hull Breach has the most immediate value to most players. So, all right. Concentrate on Gorkon, not Kirk. Save him for away teams. You can go after both. Steve, I'm not sure what level you're at. Sounds like you're a little bit lower level, which is great. We love lower level players here. I would say work on getting both of them. But in terms of long term, you're going to use Hull Breach more than you're going to use Morale. That doesn't mean Morale is bad. For example, you're 27. Once you get up to 34, that Morale character right there with Kirk, whether it's original Kirk, TOS Kirk, whether it be, you know, having the man, the myth, the legend, Ensign Harry Kim below decks, you're going to want Morale on that Enterprise. It is incredibly valuable. So again, depends on where you're at. If you're a younger, newer player leveling up and you were at 34 right now, I would say Morale because you're probably focusing on your Enterprise. But you being 27, yeah, focus on, for now, Hull Breach, and then work towards Morale and take advantage of that once you get that Enterprise, assuming that's the ship you want to go after. I tend to assume that because everybody wants the Enterprise. Everybody loves the Enterprise, you know, nostalgia and this being a Star Trek game and all. Everybody likes that. So hopefully that's good advice. And if you need more clarity, I'm more than happy to dip my toes into that water a little bit more. So Dave says, planning to get Enterprise D as my next ship. Would I still be best focusing on Hull Breach or go Morale? Oh, absolutely Hull Breach. Because again, like I say all the time, ship abilities no longer matter past G4. They don't. Doesn't matter. The ship ability of the Enterprise D is not amazing, nor is it worth going after just for that ability. But would I go after it because it's the Enterprise D? Absolutely yes. So go after it. Go after it. Where do you get the majority of your independent credits? Borg probe turn-ins. A lot of events pay out because there's so many battle passes now that pay out that currency. That's very helpful. Where's the other way I get it? There's another way and I'm blanking on where. I have like 6 different ways I get independent credits now, which is kind of annoying to keep up with, but oh crap. There's another redeem in the event store. Is it Crucible of War? I get some. Let's see what else. The Apex do some on. Mirror gives some. They're all over the place. My Stella has a redeem once a week for them. It's all over the place. Again, these are one of my complaints I've said a lot in the past few months is that I do appreciate them sourcing a lot of things, but it's all over the place, making it very difficult to keep up with. But let me go ahead and complete my refineries and get through all these clicks for the past 20 minutes. And we'll show you some of those here in a second. I'm going through all of these that got added with the NSCA Protector. Not that I'm saying they're bad, it's just a lot. And trying to get as much in as possible. Yeah, Borg Nanos have been the primary way Kinslayer for all levels for quite some time. And good reminder, Viper, if you haven't done it yet, do your mission key turn in. Let me actually go do that real quick on both my main accounts now, since my server 710 account is a main account. And by the way, you don't have to, but if you have been thinking about starting over, we have a blast starting over. It helps avoid that FOMO we were talking about. You can actually just enjoy the game and enjoy the community for what it is. We actually have the #1 player in the game is playing with us on the new server. So that's a thing. But if you haven't already, go and redeem. I just did it on the server 710 account. I got to relog in real quick on the server 20 account. And I will do that. Do your alliance keys. And if nothing else, if you're like Rev and you never remember to do it to finish the SMS, at least you're helping your alliance. And I'm always big on helping out the alliance because they put up with me. They put up with you. That's a good thing. So there's my claim. And we're all good now. There you go. Is there a benefit in taking negative rep on one FKR? In my personal opinion, no, Samu. Again, there are multiple play styles. I always like to openly acknowledge that I don't have the only way to play. I am a personal fan of tri-locking. I don't believe in leaving one negative to auto farm in that system. But that's just me. The obviously advantage would be that you have the ability to auto farm. I personally feel like there's more advantage to have all of them locked and being able to take advantage of things. You know, and as I went into the 50s, it was incredibly valuable to have 3 because what did I do? Well, and my Romulan had gotten the Tribune. So obviously my Romulan was just toast for credits, right? Didn't have anything in the Romulan. My Klingon was going Vorchok, right? So all my faction credits were going to the Vorchok while I was working on locking it. But that left my Federation over here, which I never touched, but I brought the rep up with it. But the Federation was sitting right there and bam, there's my Nova. So there are advantages, speed ups in terms of repairs. Obviously you can go after officers if it's a lower level. There are definitely advantages for doing that triple as a method, even though you're only focusing on 1 or 2 at a time to lock them out. Having all of them there can be very, very helpful as you level up in the game. Now, there is a strategy where people will leave one negative so they can just auto grind there, and that's fine. I think that there's more value in go ahead and pump up the numbers, pump up and go after all 3 factions. That's just how I play. I feel like it's better overall when it comes to blueprint acquisition, officer acquisition, etc. But there's no wrong way to play that one. Whichever you feel works for you. So let's see what else we got. Mike says, I'd like to try starting over, but like the new fancy chips I spent money on over the years. So Michael, that's called sunken cost fallacy. And I'll give you 2 points. Number 1, anything that you've spent money on, you've already enjoyed. Okay. And I'm speaking generally. This is not a anti-Scopely STFC thing. This is, I hate sunk cost fallacy, FOMO, etc. These are psychological tools that many games use to keep you plugged in and keep you spending. Anything that you've already spent money on, you've already enjoyed, okay? So just even if you spent 10 grand already, you already enjoyed that 10 grand of entertainment. If you choose to enjoy more, that's okay. But number 2, you can still keep that account. I'm not saying delete your account. In fact, I just did a video showing players how you can run multiple PC clients on one PC if you want to. And that way you can take a break. I mentioned Istio playing with us on server 710. He didn't leave his main account. In fact, he was telling me yesterday how he's going to get all the new stuff and he's curious to see how it affects the game. Well, he's clearly not doing that on server 710 where he's like level 18. So you can still have both, but it gives you a reprieve. If you ever get frustrated on, for me, let's just say I got frustrated on server 20. Well, I can just log in, do my dailies, and then go play on 710. If I need a break from all the arm twisting to say, hey, Rev, go buy Fleet Commander Lorca. Be the best in the world. I don't want to be the best in the world today. I want to be a fun level 18 grinding out my Franklin. So it provides a release from all of the expectation. And I personally enjoy that. Now, I'm not saying you have to do it, but everybody that I've got who has started over with me has enjoyed the process. It's just up to you whether you want to. And it comes back from me just trying to get away from FOMO, get away from sunk cost fallacy, and enjoy the game for what it is. And that is a game that should be fun. And hopefully everybody's having fun. It definitely has problems. Our goal is for us to be having fun. Wild concept. Also, yay, Enterprise E data. Good one to have in the Mission Key Hunter. All right, let's see where we're at now. Rager says, this is my first time playing with the new FC release. Do we have any idea how more Lorca skill points will be obtained if you did buy him? Well, at the moment, everything around Lorca is centered around spending money. At the moment. Everything around Lorca is centered around spending money. That said, correct me if I'm wrong, did a Lorca thing appear in your command center when you bought him? Like, did a Lorca appear here? Like with Locutus, Spock, Kirk, Seven, Janeway, etc. Now, Sloan's, he's in his own spot. But did you have a Lorca put up there? But for right now, it is all money, money, money. So, John says, my problems are STFC problems. Life is pretty good. I think that's a solid paradigm to hold. Pseudo says, no Lorca in the refinery. These are Rev not buying Lorca problems. All my money is going to support my family and my kids. And I only buy packs if people say, hey, buy this pack. So that's not fishing. I'm not asking y'all to buy a pack. I would much rather y'all do other things with it. Which, by the way, Hank, I want to say a tremendous thank you. Hank just donated to the channel. I'm going to put it up on the board here right above me. Thank you for supporting me and my family. Obviously, we're working on fixing the foundation of the house. So thank you for that. It means a lot that you support me, Hank. I appreciate you. And I'm putting it on the board right now. I'll get a little bit of an update. Thank you very, very much, Hank, for doing that. You get Lorca points by leveling them up or paying money. Now, the leveling them up is the same format that all of them work. And again, I hate this button over here, but all of them work the same way. You will get some points by hitting the level up button. So if you level him up, you will get more points for that. But that won't give you enough to do everything. So there does have to come a way to get more Lorca points sourcing. But simply leveling him up, remember, Fleet Commander leveling events. Be careful when you decide to level things. But leveling them up will give you more of your stuff. You mean you want to be authentically me? Yes, Ben, I do. I absolutely do. So Pseudo says additional Lorca points are currently pay only, but you do get a decent amount of points by maxing them. Correct. Now it just comes back to making sure you remember when the FC enlistment stuff is and doing it during that. And there is another one going on. The reason I mention that is because, again, with so many of the people who follow this channel being free-to-play or light spenders, you have to be very, very picky of when you try to focus on SLBs. If you want to focus on SLBs, with this being the very first one, you're probably going to struggle to place. There's another one happening, right? So again, if you're just trying to have your best odds of scoring high and you're for a low spender, like you're somebody who's just going to spend $100 and that's it, you might want to wait till Monday, September 16th and Tuesday, September 17th to do all of that just button pushing to max out Lorca. If you've already done it, no biggie. There is one going on right now. But if you are one of those players who wants to be as efficient as possible with the event structure, there's another one running 2 weeks from today where likely less people are going to have, not even likely, it's a fact, less people will be scoring in that one. So just trying to make sure everybody has the information they need to be as successful as they want to be. And a lot of people enjoy winning events or placing. There you go. There you go. They should have made Mirror Armada instead of this new building. That's fine. Sure. Armadas are a fun mechanic. All right, Samu says, any advice on how to get distance while playing? Like right now, I feel like I did something wrong with 60 million power at Ops 44 because I saw players with 90 million power at my Ops. So here's one thing I love to do, Samu. Let's take what you just said and compare it amongst everybody else. Because you're right. There are always going to be, unless you spend a lot of money, there are always going to be people significantly higher than you, right? Because they buy primes and everything else. But let's look at power overall. We have a great website that allows us to do that, stfc.wtf. You said you're currently Ops 44, 60 million power. Well, the top player in the game at that level is right under 100 million power, and that's Nisa. Shout out to Nisa over on server 134. However, we know that there are over 8,000, almost 9,000 players sitting right there. Let's just go down a few pages. Oh, heck, I just went to 500 of 8,800, and I've already found players in 60 million. So clearly you're not doing bad, right? In fact, if you're 60 million even, you're still probably in the top 1,500. You are in the top 1,500 of all level 44s out of almost 9,000. So either way, you're in the top 20%. Can you be better? Absolutely. But this is why I love tools like this to get context. Sure, you can get stronger. You literally just saw that there's 40 million more power available at your level if you wanted to go after that. But you're not doing bad. You're not on the last page, and I'm not showing this to shame these people, but there are people who are 20 million power at your level. And again, I'm not shaming them. They have to grow as well. So you're not doing bad at 60 million at 44, but there's clearly more room to grow if you're wanting to grow. Great tools like this make it available or make it an option for us to see and compare where we're at. Obviously, a power score can't tell you if you're good in the game or not. but it can give you an idea if you're researched and built towards your level. So if you're at the bottom, that's okay. Just means that we know what to work on. If you are in the middle, good. Gives you a barometer, because I'd say this, to move up to the next level, because we do talk about camping and strategies of, you know, when to sit and build up and when to move. One good barometer is if you're in the top 10, 20% of players at your level, you could probably move up. You don't have to, but you probably could handle it. If you're in the bottom 20%, you don't want to move. You want to sit there and catch up. It just depends on where you're at. Depends on where you're at. Elvin, I just gave you the website. You can go check it out for yourself. Not that I don't appreciate you, because I do, Elvin, but I don't want to sit here, because if I start doing your account and your account and then your account, we got 450 people here. Everybody's going to want us to go through their account. Instead, I'm going to give you the tool to go check it out for yourself. STFC.WTF. Amazing tool. Shout out to Chrono for keeping that updated and running it. So, high school says it'd be nice if on STFC.WTF you could select a bracket of levels. Yeah, I could see that being valuable. I'll talk to Chrono about it. Sugar Fat Man says exactly, you don't have to move up. I love how Sugar Fat Man chimes in, because he's one of those 39s who will not move up, even though he's at the very top. For those who don't know Sugar Fat Man, I simply know him, so I'm going to shame him real quick. He's a 9th ranked level 39 in the game. Oh, right here. He's a 9th ranked level 39 in the game. He's 40 million power. What is he waiting for? What is this guy waiting for? I don't even know. What is he waiting for? Like, what? Why? 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 Who knows? Who knows? But I'm sure he has his own goals. He says he wants to try rep lock. That's fine. If y'all are curious for Rev, here's Rev on his server. Re-rank results. I am the 6th strongest 53 on my server, and I got a special icon. That was really sweet of them. I got a little special icon next to my name. But you can see where everybody else is at here, 53 on my server. And I haven't really improved much from going to 53 from where I was at before. So there you go. That's where it's at. Great tool. And I've made a couple of videos on it, and we'll definitely reference it. Yeah, John Connor's not the strongest 39 in the game. No, he's not. He is not the strongest 39 in the game. That reminds me, by the way, give me 1 second. I need to message Istio. Congrats on 7 billion power. Istio just went 7 billion power. Crazy. Crazy. All right, more questions. Love it. Got your North Cut? Love that you're loving it, Bruce. Love that you're loving it. Congratulations. I'm currently building the Corvus, which will be a video that we do here semi-soon. And the only sad thought I have is, man, I'm really outdating some of these ships I've enjoyed for well over a year. But, you know, my current dock is beautiful. Look, we got my Vorchow right here. This is where my pylon would sit. Here's my beefy Tribune. Here's my NX-01. My gorgeous Talios. My Northcut. My Defiant. And, yeah, I love it. I absolutely love all the things I've been able to get and enjoy. All right, should I be concerned that I don't have Lorca Trials 2? Sethan, reboot your account. They pushed out a fix about 30 minutes ago for those who are having the issues. So restart your account. Should be working. If not, put a ticket in. And John is the most infamous 39 because I'm mentioning him on the channel all the time, but he's not actually the strongest 39. All right, got a question about FC Lorca's skills. He has a skill that increases impulse after you kill a hostile, and another that only increases impulse in waves. Won't the first skill work in waves as well? Correct, it would. Then they would stack on top of each other. And evidence of this is, you know, exactly where they pulled those abilities. They pulled that from Curon. Then they made a specific one just for waves, which would be like your wave favors. They remember, these things mechanically work pretty much the same. So yes, they would stack. They would stack. Anyone have all 3 of the epics yet? Yeah, Valhalla. Istio not only has all 3 epics, he has them all maxed. So he's actually talking to me now. He says, I maxed my second cube in epic a month ago. Pushed me in the 7 billion range, pretty close to 8 billion. Yeah, he maxed his second cube. People were talking about you on stream and your maxed epics. Let's give him a little bit of love. Here, I'll pull one of them up so y'all can see it. If I can find it. Actually, I'll just ask him to send some screenshots. Can you send updated screenies so us plebs can drool? All right. He'll send some screenshots so people like me and you can drool, because we're not going to be there for a very, very long time. So he's sending us updated pictures so y'all can all see him. ECO's a really good guy. Yeah, it's nice to see because obviously there are some spinners who've gotten like really bad reputations. He's very helpful to his server and very helpful to all the content creators, so it's cool. Oh, you're right, Robotsky. They can't stack because they are selectable. Thank you, Robotsky. I did not think of that as I was going through my little spiel, so I appreciate the correction. Thank you, Robotsky. See, this is why I should make sure I pull up the content as I'm discussing it so I don't make an oopsie like that. Appreciate you. All right. For Lorca Impulse Speed, the 2 bill. Yep, they're gamers saying the same thing. Appreciate y'all calling it out. When I make a mistake, I'm more than happy to retcon myself, correct myself. So thank you. And you're all right. Generally speaking, though, all of these abilities would stack. So in this scenario, let's say you did have Fleet Commander Lorca there, but you also had Curon. Maybe you wanted to run a speed crew. They would stack together. So there you go. There you go. He's got 110 TOS Kirk shards in one pull. Unlock my Titan Ops 38. Congrats, Time Lord. That's what we call a full pull. And that's awesome. That's heckin' awesome, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome. What a noob. Hey, look. This game has a lot of stuff to keep in mind. A lot of stuff to remember. How about this, Viper? How about my birthday stream with my wife? Me and my wife having a joint birthday stream next month. How about you, instead of making fun of me, you go to the throne link and you order some presents for me and the wife? How about that, Viper? How about that? Yeah, I'm shaming Viper chat because me and him know each other and play the games together, so I won't hear anybody give any lip. Oh, it's a CC asking for things. A friend. Have fun. I'm actually having a little bit too much Twitch energy here on YouTube. I need to calm it down. I'm having too much Twitch energy over here. So, after destroying a ship, increase your base impulse speed until your ship next battle return to station. Okay, Brandon, you're just repeating the thing. The extra hull from Invasion is very nice on the Corvus. I've actually been using mine on the Vorcha, which is why one of the reasons my tier 4 Vorcha is so strong. Like, my tier 4 Vorcha is stronger than people who have a couple of tiers on me because I've been focusing on those mechanics. The only thing I haven't done is upgrade this FT, which soon. I really need to, but I want to. I really need to because going up a tier, I'm at tier 5 right now. Going up a tier isn't going to help that much, but it will help some. See, I'll get another 100 hull, but I'll also get, more crit damage if I cloak. But I'll be able to participate in the event. All right. I'm going to show y'all these ESTO pictures here in a second because he is doing what he always does and being big and scary. The fact that this man has more power on a Borg cube than everybody has on their ships is wild. All right. Yeah, the whole health doesn't move a lot, Andean. One thing I've mentioned a lot with the Metricon Cascade is how valuable it is for free-to-play to get it to tier 5. Well, honestly, if you're a low spinner or free-to-play, a lot of the PvP, the older PvP FTs are like that. Getting the time crystal to tier 5 is pretty daggum good. Pretty good. All right, so let's look at his Borg cube first. For those who have never seen it, this is ECO's Max Borg cube. He actually has 2 of them. So here's Max Borg cube number 1. Max Borg cube number 1, 135.7 billion power. This is what peak male performance looks like. You might not like it. You will accept it. Peak male performance, right there. There you go. There's a beautiful baby cube that I dare anybody to run into. So, there you go. It's a big one. And then, oh, look at that. Isn't it just as big and pretty? Is what it is. Again, things for us to drool after because ain't no way. Ain't no way. Things for us to drool after. Things for us to drool after. You can't read that number? Me either. Yeah, it's too much. Can't handle it. Once it gets past the millions, I can't comprehend. I'm gonna go ahead and recall this so we can repair. And we'll do our dailies. Get all those selected in a time. In the immortal words of Jeff Saturday, receive it. Wow, I did not know that you were a Colts fan. I did not know you were a Colts fan. He's sending the epics right now for those who are curious. So he's just sent the Enterprise E, the Scimitar, which I don't think, has he not maxed that yet? Okay, he has maxed it. All right. Scimitar. What else is he sending? Oh, and Corsair Crenshaw, which nobody gives enough love to the Crenshaw. Now, I'm putting him on the screen so I can show him in a second. All right. Here you go. This is, I know, the one everybody wants to see the most because nostalgia and Star Trek. Here's the Enterprise E maxed out, 102 billion. This is a maxed out Enterprise E. 102.3 billion. A little bit weaker than the maxed out Borg Cube. But there you go. There's a maxed Epic and a maxed Cube. And he also has the Crenshaw, which is a little bit weaker overall. But crewing, officer stat bonuses, below decks, that'll play into that. Because you see we got a lot more below decks in all these different slots. So that will affect the power. I love how Tupper says rookie numbers. Yep. Definitely. Definitely rookie numbers. Absolutely. Any chance of Scopely removing the tokens from the probes and mana systems? 0% chance, I would say. Maybe 0.1% chance. Maybe a 0.1. But I would say conservative estimates is 0. Yeah. Liberal estimate, 0.1. You really want the Enterprise A? Which Enterprise A, Nicole? The one level 50? Absolutely. Go after it. Go after it. I think you'll love it and enjoy it. Would absolutely recommend. To repair. I don't have one yet, but I do want one. And I'll be honest, I've been really thinking about it. I think I'm going to build one. I really do. I think I'm going to build one. Like, do I need it? Need is a strong word. Do I want it? I do want it. I really, really do. This whole phase I'm going through of building new ships is so much fun for me. I want it. I really do. I really do. And then there's also, if you remember, now sadly not everybody has these. So I guess this is me bragging. I'm not trying to brag, but if you remember, there are also refit skins. I don't have this one. This is the TOS refit skin for the Enterprise A. I do have the damaged Enterprise D skin though. So if I build the Enterprise A, I can fly around as if it's a damaged Enterprise D. So I do have this one. So that's the thing. So I'll be honest, like I know I've got to build the Corvus first, but I think I'm going to build an NA. I think I'm going to build an NA. I don't need it because I have a Tribune and the Tribune's amazing. But again, I talk all the time about doing things that you enjoy in the game. I'm very much enjoying that as a process. So I think I'm going to do that. All right, we'll go ahead and do these pulls real quick. Do a full pull of this. Wow, horrible Forbidden Tech Tier Up Catalyst pull. And let's do our Artifact haul. Finding it difficult to get 5-star commons. Is there something I'm not doing to get them? I mean, possibly. I mean, obviously the Refinery, events, etc. But Latinum is probably the main thing that I point players to. Getting as much Latinum as possible to cover those expenses. Because you do need a lot of commons, both ship parts and mat commons. Especially in the lower 50s, but kind of forever. Insert SpongeBob I don't need it meme. That's a good one, Rex. If you can find that short video, send it to me. Send it to me. Yeah. Send it to me. Robasi says I built one for SLB points. I have a lot of Explorer 4-star. A 4-star. See, that's where I'm at because I built a Coronar, but I did not take it very high. So here's my Coronar. It's tier 7. But I haven't really messed with this thing since level 46. So I have Explorer stuff laying around. Now, I don't have like a ridiculous amount laying around. Because remember, my Tribune took a lot of ore. But I do have some. So, yeah. You have 28,000 Latinum. So, Valhalla, my next thing would be, how are you obtaining Latinum? Are you doing all the ways? Because I do really annoy people a lot by always pressuring things like away teams. Oh, I guess I forgot to do that. Oh, well. I'll do it today. I didn't even realize I started that. I can beat that. I can beat that. I could beat that. But I'll do that anyway. Okay. Didn't realize I even started that. Take my Tribune to tier 10, maybe this weekend. Very nice. My Tribune is sitting at tier 9 with currently half upgrades to tier 10. And I did that for events. because now it's taking rare ship parts and epics. So, but the thing is, if I want to do Enterprise A, I should probably hold off on that as an idea. And then obviously, do I want to upgrade the North Cut? Well, not really, but why not? Then I've got the Vorcha, obviously, is only tier 4. I want to get it minimum tier 5, probably going to end it at tier 7. You see, I'm running into rare parts already being an issue. So, gotta get all the things that you can get. Get all the things you can get. All right, let me go into factions real quick. Factions and do our Bajoran pulls so we can get all that done. What other questions and comments do we have, chat? Think Scope will ever re-release the damaged skin? Great question, Damien. My hope is yes. I'm pushing for it. I am pushing for it, but I don't know. I definitely have brought stuff like that up, even recently in videos. And even if they brought it back as a cheap sell item, I feel like, you know, these uncommon skins they have, they'd make money from thousands of players. They just had these cheap little, hey, spend 20 bucks, get this skin. So I've been saying that for a long time. And I do think that those older skins should have a free-to-play path as well. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do this. And uncommons. I think I need to start running. Yeah, I know I need to start running more solo. So I'm going to go ahead and triple pull that one. Let's go do that. And then rare loot. Yeah, I can only do a mid pull. I got to do Dominion solos. Tonight when we do our stream, remind me 2 things. I got to do Dominion solos and territory. What do I got to do tonight? I don't know. There's something else at 8 o'clock. I don't remember what it is. There's something else I need to do tonight. And then Elite Loot Exchange. So yeah, we need to do Dominion solos. So when we do Twitch tonight, for all those who come to the Twitch stream later on, if y'all can make sure you remind me to do Dominion solo Armadas, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Oh, territory on server 710. Thank you, Toeman. I remember there was something. Territory on server 710 is what I need to do. Thank you very, very much for reminding me. I legit forgot. So I need to do Dominion solos here on the main, and then territory on server 710. Appreciate. All right. There we go. Nice, nice, and nice. All right, so I'll go over here. All good. Check my artifacts. The artifact event, if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, Viper, is a temporal artifact event. But I could double check. So I do have my temporal restorations and plenty to go through here. Pretty sure it's a temporal one. And then I assume lower levels will get a regular run. So, oh, they'll switch ship ability someday. Imagine ECO's Cube with the Tribune ship ability. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? Oh, why? All right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Pull. 5 Janeway shards is actually pretty good. All right, get full pull of this. And, I mean, standards. Obviously, we got to do the new artifacts this month. I've got to make a video on those coming out and how that works and everything. So much to do this month. I'll repeat what I say all the time. If you think about content creation, there's plenty of things to make about Star Trek Fleet Command. Plenty of things. Let's see if I got any upgrades from this. Hey, my Horgon. That's nice. That's nice. I'm not going to have near as many problems as my Sigma friends did when I finally do get to G6. And that's the only one. I am very close to Chapel's Hypo Spray, though, so that'll be nice for the Corvus when it pulls out. All right, so we got that done. Click this. And limited time research event. Man, what's today's Battle Pass event? Away teams. Well, how about we go do away teams, chat? Go do that. Let's go do that. I'm a noob. I'm sorry. I only had one running. Rev's a noob. He only had one away team running. Feel free to shame Rev in the comments. No need to type anything else except Rev's an idiot. I forgot to turn my away teams on yesterday. Well, that's fun. All right, let's go ahead and do it now. No time like today. Time like the present. Fix your mistakes. All right, get that in. Health. Start. Hey, with my eyes, how you doing? Welcome in. And yeah, you're right, Viper. Normally, I don't do trade XP because I'll hoard trade XP like an idiot because that's what I am. But today, I will do trade XP. Today, I will do trade XP. Normally, I do not. Today, we will. In fact, why don't we go ahead and do some right now? I know that's way more than I needed to, but yeah. Who cares? I'm maxing out the rainbow missions, which is very important. Very important. And then defense. That means I'm going to guaranteed get 3,500 credits tomorrow. Guaranteed. This is why these events are so good. Now, rainbow missions, I typically take to about 70-80%, and then I work on something else. Keep in mind that I've taken basically all the missions I want to 70 or 80%. So I'm not as picky. There's my perceptive. So like this one, this is a random 3-dayer, and I've got it at 66%. So I have reached a point where I can kind of blow trade XP and not have to be as picky because I've already done the picky process. Everybody else in the chat would recommend being a little bit more picky with how you go through things, but I've really started to get most of these kind of handled. There's still plenty for me to do, but I got a lot of them taken care of. Rainbow missions obviously being the focus, and shout out to JTK who just took out my Nova. A poor Nova. I don't like mining anyway. I don't. So, all right, analytical. Don't have an analytical handy. I've already got one out doing something else. So we'll just do defense. There we go. What is the next most important ship after the Vidar at level 25? After the Vidar, the most important ship would probably be the Stella at 28. But also your faction ship at 28. I would recommend the Centurion or the Bortus. But you have a lot of ships there. The Meridian at 25 is also very important. I'd definitely work on getting the Meridian. I mean, so there's a lot of things that have value. Let me see what we got here that I could throw in. Diplomat. Yeah, I got that one. Charming. Got that. Dedicated. Don't have a dedicated. Oh, I do have a dedicated handy. We'll do Tyler. Look at that. 55% on this one to get 2 Morose shards. Whoopee. But honestly, I'm going after service awards. So. All right, so we got those. And I do the 12-hour ones. We'll do Explorer. That'll be Cath. And away we go. Away we go. Done. It would be nice if we got a slider tournament for the normal tournament, which scales potentially to cost and payout. Which tournament are you talking about, Samu? Which one are you referring to? Go ahead and repair the Nova. There we go. And hit this. Yay, we're done. We hit our thing. Did I say Nova? I'm pretty sure when I said level 25, I said Meridian. I don't think I said Nova. Pretty sure I didn't. Is there a way to unlock the 5th commander slot? It'll be a pay-only thing, Zanita. It has not been released yet. The pack has not been released yet, but that'll be a pay-only thing. So I'm pretty sure that has not been released yet, but that'll be a pay-only slot. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. Once I got my rainbow ATs at 70%, put the trade XP into crits on lat missions. Smart. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Kudos to you for thinking ahead like that. Also, again, thank you, Hank, for donating to the channel. Can't do what I do without people like you, Hank. So thank you very much for doing that. It means a lot. All right, let's see what else we got here. Comments are good. What's your thoughts on Lieutenant Picard Rare? Is he competitive with PMC? He's good for lower level players. He's not replacing PMC. Nothing can or ever will replace PMC in terms of how effective it was. But Lieutenant Picard is very good, and I'm using Lieutenant Picard on my server 710 account. Very, very good. Would recommend obtaining for free. If you want to buy him, he is a very cheap purchase. I think he's $10 to unlock if you're a low level player. If you're like in the 30s, I would not recommend him. If you're a new player, sure. Sure. Is there a half unlock of Lorca? Not right now. Not right now. All right, I'm going to take this to 69 real quick because I'm a juvenile. And I don't honestly know if I will level this thing past 69 because I'm a child. But it's about to go to 69, and that's amazing. So let's do this. Speed up the few 10-day speed ups I got left. There we go. And now it's level 69, and I'll probably never move it off of that. It'll be 69 forever. It's perfect. There's some commons. Let's just go ahead and do that. There is a half unlock of Lorca? Oh, well, I didn't even know that. Dang, I was just looking at it. Yeah, there is a half unlock right there. There is a half unlock of Lorca. Well, look at me. I just skipped right over it. All right, there you go. So we got FC Lorca Upgrade Elite. That's what you need to get all those extra Lorca points. Not worth it. And Lorca himself. There you go. There you go. Was that a bug that I collect all the training efforts another time? That was a bug, yes. Which they took down the bug and then released the regular field trainings again. And they are fixing the new field training system and will re-release it. So, what's the sourcing for Lorca points? Money, money, money. Money. Exactly why I'm not buying him. Now, you can get points by leveling him up, but you cannot max him out by just leveling him up. So, what do you think of FC Lorca? Same thing I said in my video. He's OP. He was made ridiculously strong to outdate all the other ones to force people to buy him. So, I'm not buying him. I will get him free to play when they announce the free to play path. I'm not spending any money on FC Lorca. Why would I spend money on something that we see consistently gets outdated very quickly? But I'll gladly obtain it over time. Gladly obtain it over time. There's no sourcing yet, Mark, but they already said that there will be a free-to-play sourcing. Obviously, they're not... I mean, we're 27 hours after Arc launch. Obviously, they're not going to tell y'all things. Why? Because, as I've said for years, ignorance equals spending. Why keep y'all informed? If you're in the dark, you're more likely to buy something. Fear of missing out, chat. Hence why I'm making t-shirts that says, ignore FOMO, have fun. So, we know that our free-to-play path will come. Don't have a timeline of how long it takes. I'm choosing to wait. If you get Fleet Commander Lorca now, you will have the best Fleet Commander in the game. So, that is what you get if you decide to get it now. Best Fleet Commander in the game. I will not be doing that. That's just my personal choice. Doesn't make me right or you wrong or vice versa. I'm just not playing into that. Also, when can I get this thing to tier 9? Not soon enough. I also need to go level this thing. I need to go level it. But before that, we need to go set our Monavine out to auto grind, which is another thing that I need to level up. Because there's always things needing material. See, look at those uncommons I need. Uncommons. Uncommons. But I can take it to tier 8 this weekend. So, we'll do that. Don't buy half Lorca. Buying half Lorca would simply allow you to be closer when the free-to-play path does come out. I wouldn't buy half Lorca. If you're going to buy Lorca, go ahead and buy Lorca. That would be me. Spend your money how you want to. Max Monavine's a good thing. It is. It's very, very helpful. Very helpful. Where are you getting that they did that to force people curious? From working with them for 6 years, James. Working with them for 6 years. Same reason that they release FTs that outdate older FTs. Same reason they release PvP officers that completely nullify old metas. Creating a new meta incentivizes you to spin so that you'll be at the very top and have the best. And it works incredibly well. Hence why this game, even in the frustration that some people will have, makes millions and millions of gross revenue every month. Benefit of working for them for 6 years. I know how and why they work. Even if they'll deny it, I know why they do the things they do. And that's okay. I'm okay with them denying it. Fine. Just barely unlocked Sloan. Well, I will say this. I have no issue with a new FC coming out because it's been 9 months since Sloan came out. Like, I know it feels like time flies, but it's been 9 months since Sloan came out. I got no issue that they released a new Fleet Commander. I just hate that they made him so ridiculously strong. I mean, it really is crazy how good Lorca is. But it is what it is. It'd be like that. Game gonna game. Yeah, it is 9 months since the last FC event as well. So, all right, so we got that going. What else do I need to grab real quick? We got that. Man, oh, Jelly Brawl. I don't really do that as much anymore, but that is available. Overflow, Cerritos. Oh, daily events. I've not turned my daily events on. Go do that. Let's turn these on. Because just my repairs will cover that. You think they'll update the Armada Refinery? I made a video asking for that. Fenris. We'll wait and see. Obviously, I'm not going to have an answer after I just made a video. So, max my disco, when you get the daily speed ups you're talking about, level 40 plus, where you start getting 92 one-day speed ups a week. Time Lord. Starting at level 40 and above. All right, so, hey. Wonder where I got that. I wonder if I actually just got a freebooter hostile to drop a Nova BP. I think that's my second Nova BP from a freebooter hostile. Can't say with certainty, but I'm pretty sure that came from a Nova hostile or freebooter hostile. That's cool. That's cool. Pretty sure that came from freebooters. Because I haven't been doing any Monavine. Yeah. Nice. That's my second free Nova BP. Obviously not something that's like a meta worth grinding after, but let's see. Survey. How many Nova BPs do I have now? I have 8. So. Did you go in Mirror? I don't grind in Mirror Universe, Kevin. Me, as like most of the game, can't stand Mirror Universe, so I don't go there almost ever. I go there once a week. And thank God for the NSEA, so I don't ever have to go there. I go there once a week, and that's it. Hate that stupid mechanic. I can't stand this thing. But there are mechanics I do love. So everybody's allowed to like it. Because I do know there's going to be that one person in the chat who's like, I love Mirror Universe. It lets me do this, that. Awesome. I'm also allowed to hate it. All right. I've gotten them too. Those 60s, high 50s will drop them once in a while. They will. They will. How expensive is repairing a level 25 Vorcha and a 30 North Cut? Expense is really relative, Colicophile. It's not expensive to me because I've got plenty of resources because of things like Monavine and doing events. I mean, is it expensive? Sure. I don't know. JTK, are you lurking in the background? You happen to be here, JTK? Because I'll show people the comparison. If somebody can come blow these two ships up real quick, I'll show the comparison so people can see the cost. Now, obviously, your dock level, your resources, etc., are going to affect the cost there. The Vorcha for me takes less time to repair, but does cost significantly more. Yeah, Iron Fister, if you want to come blow these up, come blow them up. So the Tribune takes a lot longer in time to repair, but is much cheaper in titanium and dilithium. The reverse is true for the Vorcha. But either of them are completely covered because I have plenty of resources because of the level I'm at. So, there you go. Are the level 30 faction miners important? Basically, everything in the game is important with my eyes. There are very few ships in the game that are not important. So, short answer is any ship you're about to ask me about is yes, with the exceptions of like the Sarcophagus, Franklin, basically everything's important. The hijack ships aren't important, but basically everything else is. I would get at least one faction miner. At least one. All right, so we'll wait for Iron Fister to get here. He'll blow them up, and that way I can just do this and be like, hey, here's the cost. Mantis has become less relevant. Strongly disagree with that, Fenris. I think you believe that because you've been doing Mantis for a long time. If you're in the 30s, Mantis is one of the most important ships in the game. Hands down, I won't debate you. Mantis is a must-have, incredibly important. It has not diminished at all. Has it diminished in value for higher levels? Sure. But for regular folks out there in the normal world, no. Very, very valuable. Very, very valuable. By the way, did I pull my Mantis? I did not. How did I skip my Mantis? I'm glad you brought it up so I could remember. All right. There we go. Done and done. Done and done. All right. So, Tribune, boom. Fortune, boom. Wait, you got to boom the Tribune too. There we go. All right. So, now you can see repair cost. Vorcha right here is 2.4 billion titanium, but only 3 hours to repair. 46 million dilly. And Tribune is much cheaper in titanium, 357, but takes 11 hours in speed ups. So, believe it or not, I actually would rather do the Vorcha because it's easier and less clicks for speed ups. Honestly, that's the simple logic as to why. Resources don't really matter because, I'll be honest, the only people that resources matter that much to are going to be upper 50s or 60s when it comes to repair cost. Especially our Sigma players out there, our G6 players. But, yeah, I can handle all of them. I got a few 12-hour speed ups. I'll go ahead and drop that. But they're the cost. In terms of does that hurt? I guess if I PvP'd all day, every day, that would be a real pain point. But at this point in the game, for most of you who are listening, it's not much of an issue. Thank you, Iron Fist, for coming and doing that real quickly, and also helping me complete my daily. There you go. All done. All done. But where did you run off to? You relocate your bait? Where'd you go? I saw you fly off. Where did the heck? All right. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just curious. I saw you going over here, and then I just see nodes. Just realized I'm in a level 14 system. Okay. Squirrel Brain is really in today. We've really clicked into Squirrel Brain today. If you're watching right now, help out the channel by liking it. Greatly appreciate y'all being here. We're not wrapping up or anything quite yet, but if you are watching, hit that like button. Very much appreciated. Thank you for helping out the channel. And if you haven't already, join the Discord. Last night, I ended up streaming a different game and just having fun with everybody. And me and Moopsy and a couple other players were playing Space Engineers. If you've never heard of the game, we had a public server that we were just playing on for fun. It wasn't like a coordinated plan thing, but we do those things in the Discord. We play Viper is really big on streaming War Thunder, which I love. We'll play that game a little bit later. I was playing Space Engineers last night. So if you like gaming, just in general, Discord. Killed a random Q hostile that went back to new mission grinding. Very nice. I was just curious why you just randomly went over there. All right, let's see what else I need to do. I think I'm good. And I actually need to go ahead and boot up the server 710 account. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's boot up server 710. And check that out real quick. If you love Space Engineers with Nicole, feel free to come by my Discord. We were just doing it last night, just to have fun together. So it's fun to play things with the community. What systems are the Enterprise E loot goblins in? There is a chart in my Discord that lists them all. I don't have all the spots memorized, but the chart has the spawn locations of the loot goblins. And obviously with them giving them a higher timer, a little bit harder to get. Ops 19, yay! Brad went Ops 19. Gotta get bigger, better, bigger, better, stronger. Yeah, do all the things. All right, so yeah, I got that done. And start upgrading things. Make them a way uptown. Got you into Civilization? Yeah, we also played Civilization the other night. Really big for me. I'm a big believer in playing games with the community and having fun with everybody. And I try to get on Discord and do it as much as I can, which for the past month has not had a lot of time to do it, but I've been doing it recently. Obviously, in a week and a half, or a week from tomorrow, I think. Yeah, a week from tomorrow, I'll be in Nashville. But we'll get it all figured out. We'll get it all figured out. Upload your mission keys. We did that earlier, Davey. Yes. Did that earlier. Hit the collect buttons. Let's see. Timers have been adjusted back down. 2.5 to 9. Yeah. From 25 down to 9. So it's there. It's there. Somebody just sent me a message on Discord. Did you stream? I streamed it on Discord, Elvenin. I don't stream it on Twitch or anything. It was on Discord last night. All right, let's do this. And I don't think I have anybody set. I do have one. I got Scientist set for that. Let's just do it like this. Turn these on. Apply. Birthday in Nashville? I mean, no, we're doing the... I'm meeting up with a few community members for just a casual, fun meetup in Nashville for a couple days. So shake some hands, kiss some babies, see some people in real life that, you know, I've never met, but I've talked to for years. And then I'll be back. I'll drive back probably Saturday. So. And then we'll be back here for stream on that next Sunday. So this upcoming Sunday, I'll be here. Next Sunday, I'll be back. And then in that little in-between time, I'm going to have, a couple days in Nashville with people. So that'll be fun to see everybody. Hang out at the house, go to a barbecue, go out to eat, come home. All right, what else we got? We are right around wrap-up time. So, well, Lube isn't, I mean, he's in the UK. It's tough for a UK to just fly to America. It's not cheap. So, but like I said, I'm just going to hang out with some friends, be very casual, and head back home. So, built an Eagle transport in Space Engineers and a Miranda. It was underpowered and fell out an airlock, lost in space and couldn't catch it. That's why you got to put a beacon on things, Nicole. And I've also been playing non-modded Space Engineers, so there are some things that I will eventually mod. But if people play with me, I'll continue playing it. We'll see how things go. All right, so Q trials are now a thing. And my faction grinding is still a thing. Oh, so many things to do. But I did get that done. And let's check this. There's my Q trials. So I can start doing those. Boop. Taco Bells, Court of Q trials, etc. Let me check this real quick. There we go. Get all these done. I do have 2 accounts. I have more than that, but I do actively play these 2 and enjoy it. But yeah, Space Engineers is fun. Can we watch after the fact on Discord? No, there's no way to watch after the fact on Discord. All right, let's see. Let's speed this up real quick. Man, you really missed those speed ups on that other account. Oh, man. All right, let's do that. There's Q trials. Yeah, there we go. Court of Q. Collect. And I guess I get to start doing my first Q trials. Awesome. And what other building can we upgrade? Let's do Command Center upgrade. Get that upgraded. All right, so now that we have that, how about we go ahead and do our first Q trials on this account? We'll start with the Explorers, of course. And I won't make the first mistake. I won't make the mistake of getting the wrong commons this time. I'll do it the right way this time. We'll do it the right way. When does the Aegis FT become an effective replacement for the 4-star ship loot bonus? Why would you do it as a replacement and not just an addition? Q trial gift, what's that? That's for hitting level 19 to access the Q trial building. So I just hit level 19, got the Q trial, and here we go. Grab for president? No, thank you. But I appreciate the endorsement. Appreciate the kind words. But I'm happy to be a content creator. And if y'all would like to contribute to my campaign of being a content creator, there you go. There you go. How much you missed the claim all button? A lot. Now, the good news is the game here has been very, very generous with Syndicate XP recently. So this new account, even though it's not even 2 months old, is already level 15 Syndicate. So I'm getting quite close. I mean, I'm working towards it. And battle passes and things like that are doing a good job to help out. So I'm making progress. I definitely am getting Syndicate significantly faster than when Syndicate first came out, which is a positive for restarting the game. Positive for restarting the game. Can we get the rare officer this month without buying a pack? I don't believe so, no. Pretty confidently, no. Pretty confident, no. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we can. And yeah, Mark, last month was one of the most generous month, if not the most generous month, the Syndicate XP that we probably have ever seen. Very generous month last month. So let's go here, collect. Galactic invasions have definitely helped. There have been a lot of things that have been helping with that, and clearly it's benefited newer players like myself. So again, if y'all are looking for a place to play, here you go, server 710. Currently have 1 spot, but I guess we can always upgrade more. But y'all come join us with 710. A bunch of good groups over here, fun players, and we definitely have room for more people to join the game over here if you wanted to. Love the Rogue Exchange at the Mirror Refinery, helping a lot with that slow grind. Yes, nice. Nice. Can't remember the last time they have a rare for free. It was 3 months ago. It's definitely not consistent like it used to be. Everything is now paywall. All right, so let's go hit this. I didn't even check to see how strong this was. Ooh, I don't know if I can beat it. Let's see. Let's see if New Picard and a very low tier Chin do okay. And no, did not do okay. Did not. How strong, how close did I get? I actually got really close. So maybe if I activate an exocomp, I can beat it. Let's see. Do I have an exocomp to activate? Combat. Very tiny. But let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see. Also, don't think there's anything I could really throw on here. Only other thing would be ship XP, which I do have some. So let's actually just go ahead and max this out. And that should make us just good enough. Take that down. All right. Now, Server 20, Mirosh just beat Galactic Invasion for the first time. So it took 3 times to finally beat it. We beat it the 3rd time. Thought you want to completely destroy the Q trial? You do. But since I was so close, that means I can try again. Activate an exocomp, finish upgrading my Tala's stats. I've actually just finished maxing it out now. So now we can probably take it on. Now we can probably beat it and start earning those rewards. So, there you go. On the topic of Q trials with the 250 million T4 Corvus, I'm struggling against the final 3-star hostile with Cerritos and Titan A buff. Do I need to max out research for both to have a shot? The better the research is, the better you'll do. The big one for the Titan is making sure that you have the multi-shot activated. And I'm assuming you're using Pipe Moreau Chin. I'm using Pipe Moreau Chin. And Felix, I'll be honest, I don't know what you're honestly asking. I don't know what you're asking. All right, so are you doing the Interceptor ones then, I'm assuming, for T? Do you have Cath maxed out, or at least tier 4? You have Cath? Because Cath is superior to Talon if you have them. All right, so we'll get here in a second. Cath's tier 2. Then not quite, huh? Not quite. And then, of course, below decks, I'm assuming you have all the standard below deck, hostile fighters. And if you want, you can hit me up on Discord. We can, double check, peruse over it. Does your ship need to be in dock for Lorca's active ability to apply when you turn on? So, full disclosure, I don't have Lorca, so I've not tested this myself. However, assuming it works exactly like the combat exos and everything, etc., you should be fine to activate it and then take advantage of it. Now, I say that as I have literally not tested it myself. I do not have an ability to test it myself, but it should work. Should. I've not been able to test it. I don't have him. I'm not buying Lorca. But it should not require being docked. All right. Now let's hit this bad boy and see how we do. All right, Q trial progress faster if you beat hostiles and have more hull left after. It doesn't really matter, Felix. The whole point is beating the hostile. The whole point is just to beat the hostile. All right, so this worked. I got a treasury point. And I almost lost the Tala, but we won, and that's all that matters. I almost lost the Tala, but I won. That's all that matters. I'm going to go home here and then go collect this. And why not do it again? Why not? See if we can test our luck a second time. We'll repair this and head back out. There we go. There we go. There we go. Still can't dent silent or Gorn ships. Big thing is ISO officers, Joanne. Not sure who all you have, but most people are not. I mean, you don't want to use PMC at all versus Gorn. You need to use isolytic officers. Janeway, Nurse Chapel below decks, Enterprise E Data, Enterprise E Picard, etc. Gorn, you have to use ISO, and you can also take advantage of the artifacts that give isolytic damage, but you've got to have ISO. So I'm not sure who all you've unlocked, but you can reach out to me on Discord. Sorry for not really going in depth here, but we're already 7 minutes past time, so I need to wrap up. Also, Sugar Fat Man's right. The new researchers can also help out with that as well. We're going to wrap up for the day. I will be streaming again on Twitch. If y'all want to come hang out over there, come join us. Everybody is welcome. Everybody's appreciated and loved. Head on over there. Y'all are amazing. Live long and plunder. Stay safe out there. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video, which is every day because we love y'all. And come hang out with me in Discord and just play regular games. Like the video on your way out. See you then.
An even better outro than the intro. for the Empire and glory to your house.